Bien, sí. Sí, la verdad mucho más rápido que ya sí les avisamos antes de que esto es más promocional, no es tan a detalle como la de Fer.
Bienvenidos a todos, amigos de la prensa, invitados especiales. En un momento vamos a iniciar. Ahorita ya con nosotros. Qué agasajo, si no, qué gran oportunidad y qué lujo tener a estos tres grandes músicos. Ahorita les vamos a dar una bienvenida como lo hacemos los regiomontanos, como solo nosotros sabemos hacerlo.
Gracias. So this is a question for Lou.
So our press, our audience wants to know if you remember your last visit in 2011, which was the first time that many of us in Monterrey got to enjoy your music, and what you can tell us that you recall from that experience.
I remember that the city looked a little different than it does now. It's changed a bit since 2011, and the audience was awesome. And I remember we had a great time here.
Nos comenta Lu que recuerda que la ciudad ha cambiado, que ha crecido y que definitivamente recuerda al público, un público increíble y que fue realmente una experiencia muy divertida. So this is a question for the three of you. We would like to know what it's like after 40 years of career to still be on stage. How do you feel? Is it still a rejuvenating and beautiful experience for you? We want to know how you feel about still being on stage and remaining current.
Well, I know for me, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be dead. You know? So I'm very grateful that, thank the Lord, I'm still able to do what I do because it's what I love to do, you know.
Nos comenta Alex que por él, como él lo ve, si no fuera por la música, él estaría muerto. Entonces, realmente se siente muy feliz de seguir en el escenario.
Well, you know, for myself, 40 years, it doesn't seem like 40 years, but it has been 40 years, and I can tell you now that I'm very happy, very honored to be able to share the stage with Mr. Lou Gramm, Alex Ligertwood. And we're going to have a fantastic time tomorrow night. We're looking forward to it. The band is going to be great. I forgot John Payne. Where's John at?
I think he's at the airport.
We're just not sure what city.
Right, yeah.
He's on his way here too. But no, seriously, the band is going to be great. The singers are great. So we're looking forward to it. 40 years went by like this.
Nos comenta Wally que realmente sus 40 años, él no lo siente como 40 años, fueron realmente un instante y hoy se siente muy feliz de poder y muy honrado de poder compartir el escenario con Lou Gramm y con John Payne, que también nos va a estar acompañando en un espectáculo que va a ser increíble el día de mañana. Lou, is there something you want to add?
Yes. For me, 40 years have gone by like... But I still enjoy what I'm doing. I know that I couldn't keep the pace up now that I would keep up 30, 35 years ago with Foreigner. We used to play 3 or 4 days a week for months and months on end. For the Foreigner 4 album, we toured a year and a half straight. With once in a while, we got to go home for a long weekend, but it was like being in the army or something. It was pretty brutal, and I know I wouldn't want to, nor do I think I could physically do that again.
Nos comenta Lu que para él no se han pasado los 40 años tan rápido, han sido varios instantes, como lo comenta él, pero realmente espera poder traer a este escenario esa misma vitalidad que tenía cuando tocaba 3, 4 veces a la semana por meses y a veces solamente descansaba un fin de semana, y que lo vamos a disfrutar mucho.
Vamos a disfrutar de una gran noche el día de mañana, sin duda alguna, en esta presentación. Siguiente pregunta. Oh.
No, as a matter of fact, I did one show with Lou, but this was not 40 years ago, but it was at least 10, 15 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
But it went by like that.
Pues se fue muy rápido precisamente ese tiempo.
Sí, nos comenta que no es la primera vez que están los tres juntos. Sin embargo, Alex ya ha estado con Wally y Wally también ha estado compartiendo escenario con Lou.
Oh, but then, you know, I forgot to say, I don't want to step on nothing, but with Lou, I haven't played much, but every time I have, it's been fantastic. But with Alex, Alex is like my older brother. We've done many.
What do you mean older? Oh, sorry.
Okay, well,
I love you, man.
like my younger brother. Yes.
Yeah.
Nos comenta Wally que para él Alex es como un hermano mayor y que con Lu pues siempre es un placer.
And you know what they say,
compartir
that
con él.
you can always learn a lot from your elders. And that's how I learned a lot from these two right here.
Nos comenta que aprende mucho de ellos.
Y este es un show único porque es la primera vez que están los tres juntos. Pepe Granados.
Yes, sir.
Waiting for a girl like you, and I want to know what love is. Can't wait for them presentation tomorrow. Your response is make me happy, and welcome to Monterey. Feel at home.
Thank you. Appreciate that a lot.
This man played your songs, the three of you, back then in a radio station when they came out. You know, this Pepe Granados from Energy 99, and he
Stereo
played
Rock.
all your songs the day, and Stereo Rock.
Yeah,
He did?
and classic.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
And-
not
and
that old.
Classic.
That's
He's
awesome.
not that old.
He looks so young, but
That's a young man.
I am
Right?
a
very
young
young.
That's my older brother.
yeah.
There you go.
But yes, Stereo Rock and Energy 99, right?
Stereo Ray, and
Stereo Ray,
and classic.
and classic, yeah.
Classic,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I appreciate that.
Great
That's
DJ.
awesome. Thank you.
Great
It's
DJ,
my-
thank you.
You
Pepe
are
Granados.
very, very important people for me.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pepe Granados, damas y caballeros. Siguiente pregunta.
Bueno,
la traducción, perdón.
la pregunta de Pepe Granados aquí. He would like to know if we can expect your biggest hit songs that he had the pleasure of playing on radio a few years ago. So can you give us a glimpse, Lou, of what we can expect to hear?
Yeah, the question is again, sorry, could you?
If you could give us a glimpse or like a preview of what songs and the hit songs that you're going to be playing tomorrow.
I think things from just about all of the first 4 or 5 albums, from Feels Like the First Time to Head Games to Urgent to I think Waiting for a Girl, I Want to Know What Love Is, Jukebox Hero. I mean that's a lot of the big ones, and I'm that's not the complete list that we're playing, but that's a good portion of them. It'll be a lot of fun, believe me, because Asia plays those songs like it was their own, you know.
That's a lot of good songs there.
Yeah.
Nos
What am I
comenta
doing
Lu que-
here?
Nos comenta Lu que efectivamente podemos esperar todos sus hits como I Wanna Know What Love Is, Waiting for a Girl Like You.
Urgent, Feels
Correcto.
Like the First Time, Jukebox Hero.
Todos los hits que conocemos de sus primeros 4 o 5 álbums.
Que va a ser una gran noche, sin duda alguna mañana. Siguiente
I think-
pregunta.
I think we also play Cold as Ice, Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue.
It's just a bunch of them.
But you forgot my favorite,
Yeah, little songs.
Dirty White Boy.
You know, the thing about these guys, which is different for me, is they were very, very much involved in being the actual songwriters of these famous songs. Me, I was the collaboration. Most of the Santana hits were already done before I joined, you know. I did manage to get a couple of good songs into the top 10 for the first time of Santana's years, which I was very fortunate to get that. So, but these guys they're history-making guys. These are the guys that made these historical songs that you all know, you know, and sing. These are the guys that wrote the words. I just sing.
Nos comenta Alex que algo muy
Just
peculiar.
sing, just sing.
I
A
dance.
little more than
I
that.
do a little
Dance.
dance now and then.
He's your classic entertainer.
Once you've heard his voice, you won't forget it, believe me.
Yeah, really.
Nos comenta Alex que la peculiaridad de ellos es que en los casos de Lou y Wally, ellos fueron los escritores o compositores de muchas de las canciones que todos conocemos y amamos. Y en su caso, él cuando llegó a la banda de Santana, él le tocó más bien ser intérprete de esas canciones a modo de vocalista, ¿verdad? Pero nos reiteran también Wally y Lou que realmente es una voz que una vez que la escuchas no la vas a poder olvidar.
Que también va a bailar.
También.
Para Alex, nada más comentarle que cuál es una anécdota, la anécdota más chistosa o una anécdota fuerte que haya tenido con Carlos Santana. O sea, nos interesa porque pues, nuestro paisano es el que nos puso en el mapa en el rock.
So we would like to know if you have any personal anecdotes with Carlos Santana that you want to share with us, maybe something funny, something that, you know, was...
What is an anecdote? No, it was a wonderful experience. 15 years is a long time to be with one band, especially when it's not your band. But Carlos was very gracious. He's a very spiritual kind of guy. Not my kind of spirituality, which is different. But he was, it was an experience. Would I do it again? No.
Cheese.
Soldi, Geld.
Well, you're doing it wrong. You're like,
Oh. Yeah, but I can't snap my finger.
oh, that's good.
He's a very particular person. If he had a basketball, he would own the basketball team. You understand? So it's his basketball. Whatever he says or he wants, he gets. You don't really have an opportunity unless he asks, would you do this for me? Then, obviously you say yes, But sometimes it's not like that, I was I was in and out of the Santana band 8 times.
Serious? Are you serious?
Yeah. It wouldn't be Carlos who would call me. The office would call me, His management would call me and say, Carlos has decided to go in a different direction.
You're out.
But then he didn't. He kept the same direction, It's like, what other direction is he going to go, So a few weeks later, they would call me back. So I'd say, yeah, sure, But it was the musicians in the band were fantastic. Orestes Vilato, Raul Rico, Armando Parasa, Graham Lear, David Morgan, Richard Baker, just fantastic musicians, So that was where I have my corazón,
Nos comenta Alex que en cuanto a la relación con Carlos Santana o lo que le preguntábamos sobre alguna anécdota, nos comenta que Carlos Santana realmente es una persona muy espiritual, y muy peculiar, muy dedicada a su trabajo y que pues trabajar con él tanto tiempo fue, por así llamarlo, interesante, incluso por las veces que por cuestiones musicales estuvo entrando y saliendo al grupo, que fueron en 8 ocasiones que entró y salió. Entonces era una relación muy peculiar. Carlos Santana, una persona muy entregada, muy decidida, que lo que él buscaba lo obtenía, ¿no? Es lo que nos puede compartir sobre su experiencia de trabajar con él.
El aplauso para Wally. ¿Alguna pregunta por parte también de los fans? Si quisieran preguntar algo, solo levanten la mano para hacerles llegar el micrófono. Ahí va el micrófono justo a la parte de atrás. Ahí va parte de nuestro staff. Y ahí está.
Well, first of all, thanks for being here. Welcome, guys. We love seeing you here. Yeah. And it's a simple question. It's for three of you. I want to know if you have a favorite singer or favorite band.
Perdón, ¿podría repetir la pregunta, por favor?
If they have a favorite singer or a favorite band.
Oh, okay. So we would like to know if there is an artist or a singer that you admire or a favorite artist. Asking about personal taste for you guys.
Who are you talking to?
All of you.
All of you.
Yeah, it's a question for the three of you.
Is there an
Favorite artist?
that we personally admire?
Band or singer, your influences.
Yeah, but most of the guys, or most of the artists I like, or personally prefer, they're all dead. Donny Hathaway, Aretha Franklin, the greats, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, yeah.
If you don't like those guys, you're not listening. But in rock and roll, I mean, there's some great, the Rolling Stones. Come on, give me a break. They're older than I am, and I'm old.
Wally, Lou?
Well, growing up in Detroit, Michigan, right? Growing up there, first as a teenager, being exposed to all the Motown bands, right? The Temptations, the Four Tops, the Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, the Supremes. And then also we had the other side that had all the white rock and roll bands. Mitch Ryder, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent, whatever. There was, very many of them. So we were exposed to all of that, and then come home from school, or on Sunday nights, you turn the TV on, and then you have the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Who, and the Kinks and the Yardbirds, so all that, for me, when people say, well, what's your favorite, or what do you like to listen? I always like to listen to music that inspires me when I write, when we write songs. That's what I go back to. That's my main inspiration.
What he says.
Will be that era.
Cool. Bueno, pues aquí nos comenta cómo le gustaba y venía y creció en Detroit, precisamente todas estas influencias como Bob Seger, como Mitch Ryder, como Ted Nugent, y que esto ha sido parte de esta formación, y Lou está completamente de acuerdo con ello. Lou, you agree with that? They're the same influences.
I think obviously the Beatles were my biggest influence when I was very young, and the first British wave. But I was completely taken back by the Four Tops and Marvin Gaye and Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder. Some of the Motown greats that just broke through and had hit after hit. You would think they were going to be going on forever. They were just so good, and I took all that stuff to heart, and it really helped me in my formative years as a writer.
And we forgot the Beach Boys yet. No, that's all very important music. As you grow up, everything goes inside the little thing inside your head, small, very small for me, like a sponge, You hear it, it absorbs all that, and you take it all in. Then when it comes time for you to write, then that comes out of you.
Nos comentan Lou y Wally que efectivamente pues ellos buscaban inspiración de diferentes ámbitos y de diferentes géneros de la música, ¿no? Desde, como comentaban, Ted Nugent hasta Rolling Stones, The Who, y todo el movimiento Motown, Marvin Gaye, The Supremes. Ellos realmente buscaban esa inspiración de donde la pudieran obtener, y son grupos que ellos pensaban que nos iban a durar toda la vida, ¿verdad? Por lo relevantes que son. Entonces de ahí toman su inspiración para escribir y para hacer sus canciones.
Aquí el micrófono.
La primera pregunta para ellos es ¿cómo iniciaron ellos a hacer sus composiciones? Porque sabemos nosotros que son unos íconos en la música, unos maestros, y pues quisiéramos saber también eso, ¿verdad? Que cómo lo hicieron ellos para esas composiciones tan hermosas que tienen y los íconos que siempre serán y para siempre, ¿verdad? Thank you very much for you asking, and Auditorio Cumbres, güey, para todos nosotros. Thank you.
So this is a question for the three of you. She would like to know how you got started into writing music, into writing and playing music. In your case, Alex, and where you drew your inspiration from. If you could talk to us about your very, very beginnings.
The very
in
beginning, you
music.
mean?
Correct.
Well, for me, my family were all very musical. My mother sang, my father was a drummer, my sister sang, everybody in the family sang. That was, in the 50s, that was the entertainment at home. You know, television was just coming out, but when you had people over to your house, my father had a piano, so everybody sang, and that was how everybody got there. It was a good night. Everybody sang. Of course, Scotland, they drank as well, you know. Yep. But that was my first introduction to music, you know. I started up playing drums in a Scottish pipe band, you know. Funny stuff. But then, like everybody else, we heard the Beatles, and I wanted a guitar. So I got a guitar.
Sí, nos comenta Alex que su primer instrumento fue la batería y que el amor a la música surgió pues por estar totalmente inmerso en el ámbito musical por parte de su familia, ¿no? Había música por todos lados, influencias externas de grupos muy fuertes como The Beatles, entonces ahí fue donde inició su amor por la música y pues su primer instrumento fue la batería.
Y lo tienen ustedes.
Well, me?
Lou,
Yeah.
Wally.
Wally.
Well, my start probably was in just like that.
Come in.
Just like that. Throwing stuff around the kitchen.
Was the cowbell.
No, but I first started singing in church as a altar boy. You know, church and with the priest, I would respond back and forth. And then from that, went to the choir in grade school and you know, sang there. And then after that, then from singing, then eventually, here we go again, back to turning the TV on Sundays and listening to, you ever hear AM radio? You know what that was? Do they have AM radio?
Yeah. Radio AM, ¿se acuerdan de Radio AM todavía? We still have it.
The little
We still have a
yes. Only had 10 stations, whatever. Anyways, we you know, you hear.
She goes to sleep with your songs.
With our songs?
Yeah.
What a compliment that is.
That's a boy.
But in a good way.
Oh, shit. Okay. No, but anyway, so I did that, and then from that, then turn the TV on. There's the Beatles and the Stones. I said, oh, I want to play guitar. So then I took guitar lessons and continued to sing, and you never know what's going to happen. I just really enjoyed doing that and listening to that music, and just started from there. And I was very lucky to be involved with the Romantics, to be able to, with 3 other musicians, songwriters, you know, they're great guys, and was very lucky to be involved with them. And we worked very hard, and we worked 8 days a week. Here we go. But we worked very hard, and everybody wanted the same goal. They wanted to do the same thing. We worked very hard, and it worked for us for a little while. And you get lucky every now and then. A little bit of luck is good too.
Bueno, para Wally su primer encuentro con la música fue cantando en la iglesia y pues también habiendo crecido con las influencias que había en televisión como The Beatles, The Rolling Stones, etcétera, empieza a querer tocar la guitarra y ahí, bueno, dice él, trabajando duro, siguiendo aprendiendo y con un golpe de suerte que fue involucrarse con The Romantics. Dice él, nunca sabes qué va a suceder, pero realmente pues de ahí evolucionó todo, primero en la iglesia. So this is a question for the three of you. Are you guys working on any new music right now?
New stuff?
Yep.
Oh,
new
yeah,
stuff.
we're always working on new stuff. I have a new album out right now. It came out, well, it actually came out right before the pandemic. So, but I will have some CDs for tomorrow night for if people want to buy my new material, new songs. And I'm sure everybody else has got the same thing. Everybody's got a new project. We don't sit still. We're always creating.
Same here. For the last year and a half, I've been working on a new album. Been writing new songs. Been taking bits and pieces of old songs that never were finished and making them into something new. And I'm in the middle of signing a record deal with a good label, and in hopes of having something brand new out by May or June of the new year.
Bueno, nos comenta Alex que efectivamente ellos siempre están, no se pueden estar quietos, siempre están creando y produciendo nueva música. Tuvo un álbum el que sacó antes de la pandemia y continúa también haciendo música ahorita. Lo mismo que Lu, sigue trabajando en música, haciendo canciones nuevas y espera tenerlas pues ya listas para nosotros en mayo o junio del siguiente año.
Excelente.
Wally, are you working on any new stuff?
Oh, me? Well, I actually I have. There's a new song that I contributed writing. I co-wrote with the guitar player from Toronto, Canada. We put out a video with it. We wrote it together right after Russia invaded Ukraine last year, and the song is called "No War," and it's an interesting song because it has there's a Ukrainian choir singing in Ukrainian, but the words and the verses are all in English. So
And
it's,
this gentleman, his heritage is Ukrainian, so we all support him.
So that's the last thing that I did. But like Alex said, we're always working. You always have ideas going through your head. And now it's good because you have your telephone is a tape recorder. Before, you had to either go look for a tape recorder or
The Walkman.
write down on something. Now you have your phone.
Famous
You do it
Walkman.
right there. So you have your ideas are stored immediately.
Nos dice Wally que él también continúa trabajando, como dicen Alex y Lu también, tienen que seguir creando y siguen colaborando. Acaba de hacer una colaboración hace no mucho de una canción, pues hablando de temas actuales, ¿verdad? Como son la guerra de Rusia y Ucrania, con ahí toques muy interesantes de la música. Y efectivamente que él ve un gran beneficio en tener a la mano el celular, donde no en cada momento que haya esa chispa de creatividad pueden grabar y pueden crear.
Y además que comentaba que está un coro de niños ucranianos cantando en inglés precisamente en esta canción que es antiguerra, antibélica principalmente. Y bueno, vamos a ir a la última pregunta, porque en un momento vamos a invitarlos a ir vamos a hacer el programa de radiografía desde aquí con ellos, en entrevista mientras tocamos sus canciones al aire y platicamos con ellos también. Una última pregunta.
Perdón, ¿puede repetir la pregunta? Okay. So this is a question for the three of you. Why should people come see you tomorrow? Why is this show going to be so amazing?
Because we're so amazing.
No se diga más porque es
That's the
increíble.
best answer
Is there
I've heard
another
all my
answer?
Sin duda va a ser un show espectacular. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah.
Picture for the press. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Sí.
Porque ahorita vamos al programa de radio. Entramos en 8 minutos. Prevenido, Fred.
Entramos al aire en 7 minutos, Fer.